Hello, I'm Rick Dougherty. Back in September, Disney made a lot of announcements at the D23 Expo pertaining to the theme parks. In addition to some concrete plans, we also heard some blue sky concepts for two places in Walt Disney World. First, there was concept art for adding Encanto, Coco, and Disney villains to Magic Kingdom just past Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Secondly, we saw concept art for Moana and Zootopia possibly replacing Dinoland USA in Disney's Animal Kingdom. With this in mind, I wanted to discuss what actually exists in Dinoland USA before any announcements that it will be leaving. To tell a detailed story, show you all aspects of the land, and to incorporate a segment from Tall Guy Talks Travel with Rick Dougherty, the video does not directly follow the story. First of all, Disney's Animal Kingdom opened on Earth Day, April 22nd, 1998. The original concept called for the Oasis, which is the entrance area of the park, and Discovery Island, the centerpiece of the park, to be surrounded by four other lands. There were going to be Africa and Asia sections. We got both of these lands, and they currently play host to rides like Kilimanjaro Safari, Cali River Rapids, and Expedition Everest. Imagineers had plans for a land called Beastly Kingdom. This area would have featured fictional characters like dragons. Unfortunately, Beastly Kingdom never came to fruition. First, it was Camp Mickey Minnie, and now that section of the park plays host to the very popular Pandora, the World of Avatar. Dinoland USA was the other land in this theme park, and it did not follow the traditional concept of a dinosaur-themed land. Since kids have always seemed to be fascinated with dinosaurs, Imagineers came up with a unique idea. They created a backstory around the Dino Institute. Apparently, fossils were discovered in the area, and the Dino Institute was created for paleontologists to study those fossils. The Dino Institute building plays host to the ride Dinosaur. This ride was originally known as Countdown to Extinction. Now, guests travel back in time to the most bafflingly inconvenient moment on Earth to bring back an iguanodon. Formerly an e-ticket quality ride, it now routinely has 10 to 20 minute waits. It's dark, thrilling, and can be scary for some younger children. Dinosaur uses the same ride vehicle and track layout as Indiana Jones' Adventure in Disneyland. While I love Dinosaur, it is nowhere near as quality a ride as Indiana Jones. Since the Dino Institute brought all these scientists to the area, they needed a place to get some grub. The quick service restaurant in Dinoland USA is Restaurantosaurus. You can see a lot of excavation gear, books, and more in this restaurant. Disney's Animal Kingdom is hands down the best food park at Walt Disney World. Tiffin's and Nomad Lounge are wonderful for those looking for something fancy. People love Tusker House and Yak and Yeti for that next tier of quality. Flame Tree Barbecue is popular for a quick service location, and in Pandora you can get Satuli Canteen, which is the best quick service location in all of Walt Disney World. This means that Restaurantosaurus is by no means a must-try for most people on vacation. That being said, it is fairly affordable considering theme park prices. The food is decent, and it might have those less adventurous items for your kids that they might actually eat. The controversial part of Dinoland USA is Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama. The concept for the land says that a place like the Dino Institute would eventually start to attract tourism, and that led Chester and Hester to start a roadside carnival-style attraction to milk tourists out of their money. This theming is especially convenient for Disney because now they can have carnival-style games that never would have been in a Walt Disney World park before this. Since the theming is kitschy and cheap, Disney didn't have to go all out with rides. There used to be 2 rides in Chester and Hester's. Recently, Disney tore down Primeval Whirl, which was a mousetrap coaster that interestingly did follow the exact storyline as Dinosaur if you paid close attention. That being said, much like Goofy's Sky School in Disney's California Adventure, these off-the-rack rides have been met with mixed reviews by a lot of Disney fans. The only ride currently operating in Dino-Rama is Triceratops Spin. This ride is essentially Dumbo, but with cartoon dinosaurs. It's cute. It hardly ever has a long line. There's a place for something like this in every theme park. Not everything has to be as elaborate as Expedition Everest. In addition to those things, Dinoland USA also contains the Boneyard, which gives kids a hands-on experience and some time to let go of some energy. It also has meet and greets with Donald and Daisy Duck, Goofy, and Chippendale. Chippendale are dressed in their dinosaur outfits as Chipmunkosaurus, and it is the most adorable thing you will ever see. There are a few animals in the land, including an alligator, since they were around during the time of the dinosaurs. The store follows the same Chester and Hester's theming and is a tourist trap on the side of the highway. Right now, I'm going to give you some of Marisa's thoughts on the possibility that Dinoland USA could end up being replaced by Moana and Zootopia. This is from episode 87 of Tall Guy Talks Travel with Rick Dougherty.
Oh boy, do I have thoughts about this. Goodness. My very first thought being, how do you screw up dinosaurs? In the sense that dinosaurs are so cool. There is always demand for them. People love them. And your first thought isn't to say maybe we get rid of the Dinoland Carnival theme and do something different with dinosaurs. It would take less money. It would take less time. You get to keep the dinosaur ride. You get to keep that really fun boneyard playground for kids. And you get to keep dinosaurs, which is a huge part of the Animal Kingdom theme. You have such an important conservation focus in Animal Kingdom. You know, dinosaurs play a key role in that, in saying that it's something, they're creatures that we used to have that are now totally gone. And part of the appeal and the intrigue about them is saying these creatures used to walk the earth, and now all we have are these skeletons and what we can try to recreate about how they lived. And if we're not careful, that can happen to all these other species and all these other places around the world. And so you really need something there to anchor that. And yes, there are other things you can do. I'm not saying, okay, the only thing they can ever do there is dinosaurs, even though I think it makes sense. But what they proposed is not the answer. It's not the answer. I'll let you talk a little bit because I certainly have more thoughts.
I'm going to let everybody in on a little of the backstage pass of this podcast in particular, and I have some blue sky ideas of my own. And one of them is to start videotaping portions of us recording the podcast to use as teasers, and that would have been the segment right there where Marisa is just holding her forehead and staring right into the camera like, why is this happening? First of all, this is our fault. None of us went and saw The Good Dinosaur, and if we would have gone and seen the movie The Good Dinosaur, they would have rethemed this entire land to a Disney IP, and we would have gotten to keep dinosaurs. Second thought, this is waving the white flag to Velocicoaster. This is Walt Disney World saying, we got out dinosaured. We can't compete with Velocicoaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure, and we're not even going to try anymore. We're not going to put our dinosaur ride with Felissa Rashad anymore, and we are going to say, Universal, you won this particular round of theming, and that surprises the heck out of me. They didn't let Universal win the Harry Potter Star Wars fight. They went at them even harder with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and now we are in a position where they just said dinosaurs. Disney created Toy Story so they could sell you Mr. Potato Head at Disney prices. And to have these toys, kids don't buy cowboy toys anymore. Here's what we'll do. We'll have a cowboy and he hangs out with an astronaut, and then we'll have a Monopoly. The entire Cars franchise is so Disney could sell IP cars. And they give up on dinosaurs? They give up on dinosaurs? This is so incredible to me. I am flabbergasted by this. Now, I am going to say it is a little problematic bringing another person of color. They have the Pocahontas meet and greet at Animal Kingdom, and now they're saying Moana, person of color, Animal Kingdom. I do get, however, how Moana has conservation themes. So when people were saying other IP that I don't think necessarily make as much sense, I do get it with Moana.
Here's my concern with Moana. I do think that Moana has more of a conservation focus, so I get that. My concern is that the conservation focus in Moana is tied to the Heart of Te Fiti. That's the key. But we're getting the Heart of Te Fiti in Epcot. So you can't duplicate it and do 2 Heart of Te Fiti attractions. Why would you do that? So I feel like even though Moana does have that concept stored in the storyline, it's not what we're going to get in an attraction. And so I am afraid that that will then be lost. I'm sure it would look very nice. I'm sure it would be very entertaining, but it's not going to hit as hard on that message.
Are you ready for some great analysis right now from me? Ditto. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I know we've talked a lot about the internet and social media today, but I was particularly proud of the meme that I created where it's the picture of Tiger Woods and John Daly on the golf course, and Tiger Woods is dressed like a normal golfer, and John Daly is wearing like these zebra print pants that are purple and pink, and he's wearing this ridiculous shirt. And I was like, Animal Kingdom with its concepts of conservation and its well-themed lands that all merge together in a natural look. And then John Daly is Zootopia in the back corner, looking completely ridiculous. I understand that Zootopia has animals, but this just doesn't feel like it fits at all.
I keep seeing people say, but Zootopia is a movie about animals. How can it not fit? And it's because it's not a movie about animals.
Thank you.
It's a movie with anthropomorphic characters that just happen to be animated as animals to make their big message more palatable to all the people. You can't, their message is very heavily tied into what some people would consider political themes. And Disney very cleverly packaged it in the form of animals, and no one picked up on it. Everyone said, this is a great movie, this is a lot of fun, what a great message.
Some people did pick up on it, but you'll definitely see, especially with Etsy shops not getting the point of the Judy Hopps character. And I'm just going to leave it at that because, like I said, we don't want to get too political. But I think that's the problem with bringing this IP into Disney's Animal Kingdom like this, is it does completely miss the point of the movie. I will have conversations as a baseball fan with people about what's your favorite baseball movie, and people will say Field of Dreams, and I'll say, yep, that's a great movie. It's not a baseball movie. You missed the complete and total point of that movie. That is the same thing with Zootopia. It is not a movie about animals. It is a movie about race relations, over policing. It's a movie about how some people get tricked into hating people who should be more like them. It is not for this theme park. And I am afraid that Disney is going to completely miss the point with this land.
Yep. It is a movie that solely deals with human problems. Animals do not exist on this level. It does not make sense to put it in an Animal Kingdom park. It also has nothing to do with conservation. So already right there, you're missing the point. And I am so concerned that Disney is going to put Zootopia in. And it's just going to be, here's a cute little area with all these animal characters that you know and love and blah, 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 and it's so fun. It's going to completely eliminate the message of Zootopia, which is a problem. And at the same time, it's going to completely eliminate the point of Animal Kingdom. And it's like, how do you choose a property that's going to swing and miss on 2 points, including the purpose of its own movie.
Like I said, check out episode 87 of Tall Guy Talks Travel with Rick Dougherty to hear our opinions on the proposals for both Disney's Animal Kingdom and for Magic Kingdom. That episode went live on September 29th, 2022. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.